Okay, I finished my round. I know it's not big enough, but I'm still going to take my measuring tape and measure across, right across the middle. I only have 6.5 inches in diameter, but you have to remember you're increasing on two sides at the same time. So one round is a little more than 1/2 inch. So I would, round it off to about 1 inch added per round. So if I have a little more than 6 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. So anyway, you just keep continuing the way I showed you to do a flat circle until it's the size you want. I will come back when I get to my 12 inches and I will tell you how many rows it took me to get there with my I9 5.5 millimeter hook and my medium worsted weight yarn. You can do this in any size yarn you have. Just match your hook to the yarn that it recommends on the label, and yeah, you just go ahead and make it the size you want, and I will be back when I'm finished making it the circle 12 inches around. Okay, as I'm making this, I realized that I think I want my beret to be 11 inches in diameter instead of 12, because it just eyeballing it, that looks to be about the right size for me. But you can make it as big or as small as you want. Just follow the instructions for the flat circle until you get the width you want. For me, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds of stitching, increasing it 12 stitches every round. Okay, now if you're going to do a rug or a blanket or something like that, once you get to the number of stitches that you started with, you're going to want to increase twice as many each time. So like we started with 12 here. If you got to 12 stitches between your increases, your following round you'll want to increase every 6 stitches, because as you get bigger you're going to have to increase your increases. Okay, well, now that I have it a flat circle of the size that I want, I am going to work even for 2 or 3 rounds. I probably will just work even for 2 rounds, and then I'm going to start decreasing. So working even means you don't increase or decrease. I'm going to chain 3 and double crochet in each stitch around, and that's going to be for 2 rounds. And so I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back, and then we'll begin our decreases. I've completed my 2 even rows. It should look something like a frisbee. Your flat circle should now be curved on the edges. I'm going to figure out, before I start my decreases, exactly how many decreases I'm going to need to end up with to get the right measurement to go around my head. I measured my head, and my head measurement was 23.5 inches. So I take my tape measure and do a loop at 23.5 inches and hold it like that. And then starting at the seam line, I'm going to see what round it works with. I need to go out a little bit. Which one it lines up with the best. I think it's right here. Okay. That's where it lines up with the best to get my tape measure around. and then the amount of stitches where this rests is the place, might be able to see it better from this side. That's the place that has the number of stitches that I'm going to need in my final round. Okay, there we go. Okay, I lined it up on the circle, and then on the outside of the tape measure is where we want to count. So there, you got to look and find your increase. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches between increases. So when we reduce, we want to reduce down to 5 stitches between decreases. We're going to start with the number that was on the last one we increased on. So I'm going to put 5 double crochets between decreases. Okay. Then the last round we did before we went evenly, I did on mine, there were 7 double crochet between increases. So I'm going to just write the number 7, just so I remember. So I'm going to start my decreases with 7. I'm going to chain my 3. I'm going to work 7 double crochet, including the chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to do a double crochet decrease. Let's yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, draw through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over and draw through 2. Yarn over and draw through all 3. That's a double crochet decrease I showed you on the previous video. And then I'm going to work 7 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to decrease again. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, draw up a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over, insert my hook in the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through all 3. Then I'm going to work 7 double crochet again. So we're going to do 7 double crochet decrease all the way around, and I'll turn the camera back on when I get to the other end. Okay, I completed my round with my 7 double crochet and then decrease. I'm going to slip stitch in the top of my turning chain. Now I'm going to do the next round the same way. Chain 3, and I'm going, this one here we don't need to stagger the decreases for this because it's not going to affect the shape. So I am going to go ahead and do 6 double crochet and then decrease. Now decrease. Let's drop a loop in 1, draw through 2, and over, hook, drop a loop, draw through 2, draw through all 3 loops. That's a decrease. And I'm going to go in 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then decrease. the next stitch, decrease, go in 6 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to decrease, you yarn over, insert your hook in the next hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, draw up a loop, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to end this and I'll come back when I finish this round.